Hello, beautiful souls out there. I hope you're able to get out in nature like Starlight is. Woo! So here I am, and I really hope you're getting out in nature and enjoying Mother Earth. And, spend some time, get to know the animal friends out here, and don't be afraid, let love guide you, not fear. So thank you to all of you who have been here, loving and supporting Starlight. And really, when you give my videos thumbs up or you watch a complete video, this really helps out for other people, for YouTube to send more people my way. It helps people to get these messages. And, of course, it helps Starlight out, on her YouTube channel to get more people, really to get this information on these topics here. So don't be afraid to, push the notification, plus subscribe, because when you subscribe, this also helps get more people to my YouTube channel, and it helps me out. And leaving comments, just saying hi, you just stuff that's, being respectful. That is all I ask on that. And anyway, thank you for those of you who do watch my videos, who subscribe to my YouTube channel, and who gives me thumbs up, and also those who leave comments or share my videos. Thank you, and thank you, because we all need each other. And anyway, besides that, if anyone would love to send any love donations, you can. Ping, there it is. I was just looking behind me because there was somebody back there with their doggy. So anyway, hello, my name is Starlight. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and you can find me on YouTube, and that is at Starlight, and that is Kathy with a K Dingman. Plus, you could give my videos a thumbs up, and you could subscribe to my YouTube channel. Plus, don't forget the notification bell, and you can leave me a message down below, beep, 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 and you can share my videos with your family or friends. Plus, don't forget my playlist, and you can also find me on Instagram at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook, and that is Kathy with a K Dingman. Now today is a very important message, and it is about safety tips as far as people that like to go out hiking. Now I know not too long ago I made a video, and that was about lies that the public school teaches us, and I know in that video, if you watched it, it was saying how the lies about being careful about strangers. Now if you did watch that video, I wasn't saying that things can't happen to people that they don't know, but most cases it's people that they do know. Like I mentioned in that story on that video, that I mentioned that it was everybody that I knew or met. I met them. I might have met them. I might have not have really known very much about them, but I knew what they looked like, the name that they told me, whether it was their name or not. So this video is not here to scare you. I do want you to get out and get out in nature, but this video is to help you to be safe. So these are, because I want to share some stuff with you, but I really have to hold some of that information to myself, because most people would think I'm crazy if I really was being honest with you and tell you exactly what goes on in my life. But it's not about that. It's I end up learning things, and then I want to make videos to help you, to keep you safe. And like I said, this is mainly for women and young boys. Most men know how to defend themselves, and there's men out there that they're more, I would have to say, they're probably more afraid of the animals than they are of people when they go out for a hike. But especially for females and teenagers, like teenager boys or young boys, they would be more of a target out on a hiking trail or anywhere, because they are young and they don't really understand how this world is. So this video is not to scare you, but it's to bring awareness. So that's why I'm out here on a hiking trail, is because I want you to get out and hike, but you do have to be careful. And out at this place, I'm going to do this again here, show you what Starlight. So right now I'm wearing something bright, and it's because this has got more people out here. It's, you know, this is a different kind of hiking trail. So I want to just put that out here is for women. You know, that is where I'm going to start this. Really, if you go to hiking trails and there's not a lot of people on the trail, and you really, or, you know, it could be a trail, and it really doesn't matter the hiking trail, but like I said, I've been out here today and it's in the middle of the day, you know, actually it's beginning of the noontime hours right now. I can actually hear somebody not far away yelling, you know, making some noise. So this area here has got, you know, there's a park nearby in this area, and and these are just small little, I don't know how far these trails go here, depending on, I guess they probably can go pretty far. But so Starlight couldn't wear the same clothes every day, so I did wear this bright, you know, red and, well, pinkish color and blue and white shirt today, and I didn't know what hiking trail I was going to, but that means I got to be more cautious when I do go out, because the colors, you know, if there was anybody that was after me in the woods, I have to be mindful of the colors that I'm wearing when I do go out on a hiking trail, because it's going to stand out. So you really, on a safety note, you really want to wear colors like earth colors for anybody that, you know, even if you were a guy, maybe you don't like going out by yourself, you know, and maybe you might feel like, you know, you might get attacked, because men do have to be careful, because especially if you're carrying a wallet, you know, there are people that do that, is that they could, in some places that I've known, and these, on this journey that I've gone, where there was places that homeless people were in the bushes. I didn't know about it, but my intuition told me, Starlight, get the blank out, run out of there, get out of there. And I didn't even know, and then I found out later when I was talking to different people in that area, is that it was called the Devil's Playground, and that's because there's a bunch of homeless people that are living in the bushes behind, like, on the side of the Walmart store, and I did not know that, you know. So you gotta you gotta listen to your intuition. When something doesn't feel right, listen to that, because that is definitely an indicator that there's something going on. Like right ahead of me, there's a man and he's wearing bright clothes. So see, I mean, but at the same time, wearing those kind of clothes blends in with nature. But you got to really be careful when it comes to the clothes that you wear. Like, I've been doing this lately, is going out for a jog in the morning. Whoops. And the other thing is, so clothing is very important, is you don't want to stick out like a sore thumb, like I am right now with the clothes that I'm wearing. And like I said, really, I only have in my car like I got like a couple dark shirts, you know, and a black pair of shorts, two pairs of black shorts, you know. So I do need to get more clothes that blends in with nature, you know, like dark greens would be great, browns, black, gray, you know, those kind of colors. You got to be careful with the greens, you know, you don't want, you know, because like that guy there, that stood out too much, you know. And so Starlight, I already walked around here a little bit earlier, so I'm going to show you this beautiful spot here. So besides your clothing is so important, and I seen this the other day, and it's one of those things, you know, I don't like saying I should have, but I should have, you know, kind of one of those kind of things. But this is really cool. It's all that green stuff. I don't believe it's watercress. I believe it's stuff that comes from the tree, you know, in springtime, because there's stuff like this that looks like watercress, but it's not watercress. I've been fooled many times. It's not watercress. Starlight, you can't collect that and have it in your car. But this is a really, really beautiful spot. The color is really beautiful here. So I'm here inspiring you to still go out and out for a hike. But really, now the other thing besides clothing, and I'm going to show you what I'm wearing for my sneakers. See, Starlight is not wearing flip-flops, it's sandals. I got my freaking running shoes on is what I got on, you know. I got running shoes, and I got a backpack and a chair, which is, I got a message on that too. So that is so beautiful. So now this happened the other day. It was a beautiful Asian young girl, and she, you know, I noticed her easily because she was parked next to my car, and you know, I should have, but I didn't, and I'm hoping that I will see her again because I want to give her some safety tips, you know. And what it is because she doesn't know me, and it's like, you know, I wanted to say, hey, you know, she's young, that's the whole thing, is and I did overhear her having a conversation with somebody on the phone, and she was talking on the phone, and it was negative talk, and she was actually saying that she's stupid. But I actually did see something that wasn't smart, that she, a couple of things that she was doing. And, you know, I've had to actually change things around as far as what I normally do, what I normally did before when I was younger, because it was an old version of myself. So now, because I've been working on myself, you know, now I'm thinking more about my safety as far as when I go out. And so I'm still alive today because I do have survival skills, you know, of I've been, you know, because I've been being trained my whole life, even as a kid, going out at, you know, even I was out at a very young age, out in the middle of nowhere where I used to live. So many times I've had men or young teenagers, you know, people that I went to school with, on dirt bikes or on motorcycles, well, dirt bikes or three-wheelers, four-wheelers, you know, that went past me. Some of them were up to no good growing up, you know, that, and Starlight had to run and hide many times as a very young teenager, either on my dad's land or other people's land that connected with my dad's land. So, and I've also had to run and hide even in town at different hours of the day or night. So Starlight has been going through this her whole life. And so there's times that the universe will, there's things that will happen to me, or I go through certain things on this journey here. And so that's why I'm making this video, is to, you know, share this wisdom with all of you, women or men or even teenagers that are out here, or even if you're a parent, please, parents, you know, these videos, even though I make it for you, if you got kids and daughters, you know, you could share this wisdom and knowledge with your kids and say, you know, I watched a Starlight chick and she was telling me things and I never thought of these things. And, you know, I realized that, you know, you might realize that your teenagers or your young adults or your women, your daughters or sons might be doing some of these things, and you might have never thought about, you know, the danger of doing these certain things that could really, you know, really not be good. And where I am right now, the location where I am right now, there's a lot of cold cases out here in this area here. So that's not a good sign, right? That's not a good sign. So, you know, shit happens, you know. So, and that's why I'm making this video, is to help you to understand that number one was the clothing. Number two is your shoes. This girl that I saw, two things that I seen and not even knowing her, and actually three things that I noticed that she was doing that is a no-no as far as hiking. But she's a young girl. You know, see, I'm going to give you a view. I really am inspiring you to get out in nature, but be safe, be cautious. And the other thing is about your shoe wear, you know, wear sneakers. You know, I know it's hot with wearing sneakers, but you know what? Those sneakers can save your freaking ass. They really can. So sneakers. The other thing is about when you park your car. You know, a safety tip here is, like, I have stickers on my car, which right now they're not on there because I'm actually trying to flatten them out in my back seat of the car because they get bent and wrinkled and stuff like that. But when you park your car, wherever you park your car, pay attention to the people, you know, that park near you, your car, you know, pay attention to vehicles. You know, it's so important to do that, is to really, you know your surroundings. And I know with hiking, there's many times that you don't know your way around and you're learning ways. And that's why you want to kind of take precautions as far as like, you know, where you're going. And if you can go with somebody, go with somebody. But at the same time, if you don't find anybody to go hiking with, you know, that shouldn't stop you, because you don't want fear to control you while you don't go out and take a hiking trail. You know, because I've gone hiking many, many times in my life, and I am still here today. But that's why I'm making this safety video, as far as, you know, keeping your ass safe, you know, and taking extra precautions that could save your life, you know. And you need to really think twice about what you're doing when you do go out and what you're wearing. And